Hi, and welcome to the Rasheem Arsenio Stewart podcast. This is episode number 56. So yes, things have been a little interesting the last 7 to 8 days. Um, Again, I just want to thank you guys who have reached out during the last week, dealing with a lot of stuff I'm be doing behind the scenes, which I'll talk about in a minute in this episode. So I want to thank you guys for your prayers, your concerns, um, and I want to thank the people who hosted me for a few days while I was going through this week. So I want to thank Susie DeJesus, Angel DeJesus, for hosting me for 3 to 4 nights. I wish I was a little bit more of a better guest to you, but I had so many things going in my head right now with certain situations. So I appreciate you guys, sacrifice your loyalty, your friendship, and that's not going to be forgotten no time soon. So, we had our disagreements, we had our spats, but you know what? At the end of the day, I'll take the good over the bad at this point. Now, today's episode is going to be talking about, I live in St. Petersburg, Florida right now. So this episode is going to talk about the before, during, and after of Hurricane Milton. All the stuff I went through in the last, we'll say, roughly 7 days, because about this time last week when I recorded my last episode, when I was just getting back from Charlotte, North Carolina, we were about to start worrying about another storm coming, which hit like a few days later. So I'm going to give you a little rewind what happened within the last 7 days. And this is the before, then during, and we're now just past the aftermath. So first, we'll start with the before. Like I was saying, this time last week, I was on a bus coming back from Charlotte, North Carolina. I haven't seen my aunt in a long time. So that little thumbnail picture you saw from last week's episode, that was my Aunt Sheila. I haven't seen her in over 20-some years. That was the first time I saw her in over 2 decades. Okay, so that was great to spend time with her during that weekend. I almost got to see my cousin. I haven't seen him in about a lot of years, but we had a scheduled conflict, so hopefully in the next few months we can work something out that I can see him again. Well, as I was traveling back that day, all day I was talking about Milton coming to Southwest Florida area, but we didn't know what part of Florida is going to get the worst of it. At the time on Sunday night, I was talking about going near where I stay at, like near Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater, around that area, which would have been at the time was a Category 3 going to almost to a Category 4. It struck me at the peak at a Category 5, but it's on to dissipate. So when I got back Monday afternoon from the buses, my friend and his wife called me and said, you might need to evacuate tonight, because that storm could hit anytime tomorrow night, going into Wednesday morning, or it could be Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening, going into Thursday morning. So some of that time frame. So I said, okay, I will leave from St. Petersburg to go up to Lakeland, which is the closest stop to where they live at. Well, anyway, to make a long story short, they had issues with the bus. It was running 5 hours behind. And the reason why, because everybody, even from Southwest Florida, was trying to evacuate going further north or going a little bit south, and caused so much traffic, it caused the bus to be 5 hours late. So we had to reschedule everything to leave a little after Tuesday, late Tuesday, mid Tuesday afternoon. So I repacked everything to make sure I had everything ready to go. Everything was recharged up. And we actually got to late Tuesday afternoon. It was still decently good weather, but a lot of the gas stations were starting to really get filled up, because they knew that they finally figured out where the storm was going to hit, which ended up hitting, the worst of it was just right around Sarasota, between Sarasota and Venice. But we still got high surges and rain. But I'll explain that later on in the episode. So we had enough of a window to get everything done. So we got some snacks that night, got a couple more snacks the next day. My roommate, in the place I stay at, he ended up evacuating that night or very early Wednesday morning. Um, at least a half a day to 3/4 a day before the actual storm hit. Well, back to my situation. I stayed at my friend's house in Lakeland that night, but we was kind of forced to evacuate to another part and stay there a couple nights because they was gonna have like a hurricane, a Category 1 storm. Once it dissipated from the landing point, it was gonna go straight cut through Central Florida, but there was gonna be almost a high Category 1 winds and rain, and it had some potential for pop-up tornadoes. So we had to go somewhere else for a couple nights, and then eventually I left from just north or south of Spring Hill in Hernando County. Left there early Saturday. Oh, okay. Sorry. During the hurricane, like I said, we left Lakeland area. We went to a little right around Spring Hill, Florida. Just to let you guys know, I'm not saying the exact cities because I'm protecting my friend and his wife because of privacy, and supposedly want somebody they're not really supposed to be communicating on a full-time basis may or may not be a subscriber on my YouTube channel, so I can't really say totally where exactly they were staying at, but for their protection, so I'm respecting their wishes. But anyway, continue. So we left Wednesday just before it really got rained, and really before it got worse for weather. We went over to, like I said, just north of, I think it's north of Spring Hill, but in that area of the state, which is about an hour and a half north of Tampa Bay. So just give you a heads up on geographical location on that. So we stayed there a couple nights. They had power for the most part until mostly to the end of the first night, which is Wednesday, which is the night of the storm. Now, it was just further north, so they didn't get as bad a wind. I think they ended up getting like a Category 1 type of wind, but a lot of rain and wind, and I guess they had a pop-up tornado right by they were staying at, so they had lost a few trees, a little wind damage, but nothing too significant. But they was out of power for the couple nights we stayed there. So we heard a lot of wind, rain during the whole night. While I was staying at the side of the house, tree fell down. So a tree would have came down a little bit more of an angle. The whole part where I was sleeping at would have been crushed in, and who knows what would have happened. So thank God, just within a few feet away, it could have been a lot worse. So that was God protecting me and God protecting everybody else who was staying there at the time. So we got through that day. We cleared out the debris and stuff. Next day with some help with some neighbors and a friendly friend of theirs. We was able to clean out the debris. Still had some standing water. It was hard to get through. They had to try to get ice, get some gas, whatever they said they had to do. It was hard for a couple days. Now, thank God we packed enough food and supplies, so we got through it. But it was just hard for the mental part of it. It was just very stressful, a little bit stressful emotionally, and I tell you, when you're dealing with a storm, especially with hurricanes, if you've ever living in Florida or been in Florida during those times, it can get emotionally draining. It can get really hard really quick. So you really have to try to keep a positive mindset as best as you can. Try to encourage and uplift the people that's around you. So that was what I was trying to do, but sometimes it didn't always work and fell on deaf ears. But then again, you just do what you feel like God called you to do, and that's all you can do at this point. To quickly continue, that's why we went for a couple of days, so we didn't have no power the couple nights I was staying in Spring Hill. So Saturday morning, actually Friday, back up a little bit. Friday afternoon, Friday evening, I got a text from where I was staying at in St. Pete that power was restored. They had a little bit of damage, but nothing out of control where I was staying at in the part of St. Pete. They said if you are clear to come back, if you want to come back. I was like, well, it's too late for me to come back today. I'll probably have to come back tomorrow. So which was gonna be Saturday, which was yesterday, as I'm like recording this now, Sunday night. So when I came back that after my friend dropped me up at the nearest bus station, we had to wait a few hours for transportation, but I got blessed because they switched the times to get to Tampa and ultimately to St. Pete to get me there a little earlier than originally scheduled. So I was able to do that, make some arrangements, change out tickets, do what I got to do. Make a long story short, I was able to get back late yesterday afternoon, early Saturday evening. We assessed the damage while I was at, just very little damage to the trailer I was at. All power was restored. Just a very small amount of damage in the room I'm recording this in now. Was able to quickly clean up. Didn't take that long. And it looks like, based on a text message I got late yesterday, that the office where I work at will be back open to, be Monday, which will be tomorrow by the time I finish recording this. So that means they just got their power restored, so it'll be enough for them so we can open up the office as of right now. I mean, it's subject to change. They say subject to change, but as of right now, they'll be back to regular scheduled programming at least tomorrow. So I am looking forward to that, and it'll be good for me to get back to work. You know, I do day labor work, so I wouldn't be surprised. I'll do a lot of helping with cleanup efforts, especially after the hurricane hit, all that other stuff. Well, I said all that to say this, to pretty much wrap up the episode in a minute. Like I said, a little bit in the 60-second short. It's doing this in the recovery tests a lot of your patience, a lot of your stuff, but how you overcome that and how you grow as a person and push through adversity is going to help you in future situations. But I also have decided, and I will say this, because of dealing with two storms, one tropical storm and now a major hurricane in the last 2 to 3 weeks, and hopefully there won't be no other this season, I have decided as of right now, I mean, subject to change, I am looking to move to another location, probably more likely to another state sometime in 2025. I am going to start really looking hard the next month or two for options. That'll be the best place to move to. And I will keep you guys posted in videos or maybe doing episodes to give you an update how that's going. So if you want to ask how the search is going, leave a comment in the comment section. And I'll be honest with you what's been going on behind the scenes. But I want to thank you guys for listening to this episode. If you like what you hear, if you're new here, hello. Hit the like button, give it a thumbs up, hit the like button. If you're new and you like what you hear, you want to subscribe, hit the subscribe button, and then right next to be a bell. Ding, hit that bell, and then press all. Then you'll see every video is coming out. New segments will be starting late this month, no later than early next month. There'll be some new videos and new stuff will be coming, and more content will be added to the channel. Also, within the next episode too, I'm going to start, and I'll probably do a quick video on it. It won't count as an episode, but I'll just do a quick video to explain. There'll be 2 ways you can help fund my efforts to continue this channel, and I could do this from home and do more content. I'll go more in depth with it, but one will be for a crowdfunding organization, and the second is going to be most likely through Patreon, where a lot of YouTubers are using. And I also explain what each one of those what purpose for both of the funds will be. So I'll keep you posted. That video should be coming, I hope, this week finally. And as always, thank you for listening to what I say. So may the Lord bless you and keep you. Whatever you do, to the best of your ability with love do the best of your ability with love and respect. And for the people who are going to eventually listen to this, that's locked up in jails, prisons, military barracks, whatever, around the country, on the world, as always, keep your head up, keep the faith, do the right things, learn something new, continue your path of recovery to get better. So when it's time for you to get back out on the street, you can be, we'll love to give you a second chance. You can be a productive member of society. Also leave comments. I'm starting to see the comments that's on the Slack again. So please, I'm asking you to leave a comment. I don't care if it's just a hello. You can write a paragraph. You can write an essay, and I will respond. I do respond to all comments that be made. So please, again, leave a comment, and I will answer it. So may the Lord bless you. God bless you. God bless your families. God bless America. God bless Israel. And God bless the world. Love you guys so much. Appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for listening. What I have to say. I know these episodes are getting a little bit longer lately. I'm going to try to go back to the normal. My goal is between 5 to 15 minutes. I hope we soon will get back to that time range. For now, though, thank you so much. Thank you for listening. What I have to say. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video. God bless. There will be a couple new shorts coming out in the next couple days of a couple things. Couple little different things, and we'll see what happens from there. Okay? Alright, I'll see you in the next video. Once again, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. God bless you. See you in the next episode of Rasheem Arsenio Stewart podcast. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.